I think it's really interesting that the battle over leadership reform about the electoral system for picking leaders, is what has been the row in the run-up to this conference. We're only 2 years into the leadership of Keir Starmer in the first place. This is only his first in-person conference as Labour leader. Why on earth are we talking about how we're going to elect the next one, unless there are many people around Keir Starmer, perhaps, who think that he might not be long for this world in the position he's in. I mean, that's just speculation, but it does seem peculiar that one of the first big battles you'd pick as Labour leader is to choose how the next one will be picked. And yes, you're right, the sharks are circling. Andy Burnham has been talked up for a long time now. Angela Rayner joining that top tier of potential successor candidates. Dan Jarvis stepping back from his role as Sheffield City Mayor, but of course he was holding that concurrently with his position of being an MP as well. There are many people who I think will be prying their eyes on Westminster, and if the rumours are true, with Boris Johnson's reshuffle putting Oliver Dowden from DCMS into being the chairman of the Conservative Party, he's a details man. He's a man that potentially could get a party organised for an election. Well, everything that we're hearing is that a general election may well be coming as soon as 2023. So not next year, but the year after. And potentially now is the time that people around this country, and maybe mayors around this country, Labour mayors, are thinking that they might be looking for a seat of their own to travel back down to Westminster if the Labour Party doesn't succeed in the next election. Of course, this is what Boris Johnson did in 2015. He still had a year to go as Mayor of London, but he stood in Uxbridge, a seat in London, and concurrently held that position of MP and Mayor of London for 1 year in 2016. And of course, that served him pretty well in the end. I'm sure that there'll be many Labour mayors who look at the course of Boris Johnson's career and thinking they might want to have a crack at that too.